Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is joining the Republicans. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. What would you do if I told you, and I just did, that hardcore Democrat socialist, far-left liberal, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the representative from New York, was joining the Republican Party on a measure? Well, you would say that must be crazy, or it must be the greatest measure ever. I'll leave that for you to decide, but a measure was introduced by Thomas Massie, a Republican, and the resolution said that Trump cannot take any action in Iran or against Iran without the approval of Congress. AOC immediately jumped online and said, I'm in. I'm signing on. She said signing on. Those are her exact words. And a lot of people are shocked by this. I'm not. I think that there is a non-interventionist wing in both the Democrat and Republican parties that don't see the danger from Iran right now or don't care. And it reminds me a lot of people who did not see the danger in Germany in the 1930s and 1940s. I understand and I respect that people have differing opinions on this, but I would question everything I believed in if I was on the same side as Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I want you to watch this and let me know what you think in the comments.
Is presumably on the conflict between Israel and Iran.
And several lawmakers are now moving to curb President Trump's war powers and stop a strike on Iran without congressional approval first. Madeline Rivera is live in Washington with all the details. Hi, Maddie.
Good morning, Carly and Todd. So President Trump touched on Iran while he was flying back on Air Force One from the G7 summit in Canada. The president says he'll be going to the Situation Room early this morning. The president brushing off what he says was a claim by French President Emmanuel Macron that he was cutting his G7 trip short because he wanted a ceasefire. The president says he's looking at more than just a ceasefire, adding he wants a real end to the fighting, a, quote, complete give up by Iran. He warned against Iran targeting U.S. assets, and he's considering sending Vice President J.D. Vance and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff to meet with the Iranians, but he did not officially commit to that. A U.S. official maintains the U.S. remains a defensive posture, but some lawmakers in Congress, like you said, Carly, are using whatever power they have to prevent the U.S. from getting bogged down in another foreign war. Democratic Senator Tim Kaine has filed a war powers resolution. This would require congressional debate and a vote before using U.S. military force against Iran.
Questions of war and peace, the most important things up here. And when I came to the Senate in 2012, I told myself if I ever had the opportunity to stop the United States from getting into an unnecessary war, I would do what I can. Israel has a right to defend itself, obviously, and I've supported all the aid packages to Israel. However, I don't think the United States should be at a war with Iran. I think that would be foolish.
But it's not just Kaine. Independent Senator Bernie Sanders has also introduced legislation called the No War Against Iran Act. The measure prevents the use of federal funds for military force in or against Iran without Congress signing off. And Republican Congressman Thomas Massie says he's also introducing a bipartisan war powers resolution today. Massie saying this is not our war, but if it were, Congress must decide such matters according to our Constitution. Democratic Representative Ro Khanna is leading the effort with him, and progressive Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says she'll be signing on. But Republican Senator Lindsey Graham is calling for President